Mariska, good evening
to you. Yes, we're standing outside the entrance to... Good evening to you.
Go ahead, Mariska. Give us the details.
We're standing outside the Grand West We're standing outside the Grand West Casino, of course, where BDS in a large group protested against the upcoming concert of Pharrell Williams here at the casino. Nowhere near the figure of 16,000 that was circling around. Of course, the court said that up to 16,000 people may protest outside the venue for the upcoming concert. We estimate the figure at around 1,000 people that pitched up, but it was a very peaceful protest action. There were speeches in between. Sometimes it resembled a festive atmosphere, almost carnival-like. There was a dance competition, and in between we heard messages of support from various organizations who came out to support BDS. But to tell us a little bit more about the events and what they think, how it went, is Kwara Kekana, who's spokesperson for BDS South Africa, and she joins us now. Good evening, Kwara. Not the number of people that you might have expected. Are you still satisfied with the turnout?
Absolutely, quite satisfied, and I think the mood that characterized this particular protest, if anything, want to call it an event, it was really a celebratory mood, and that's exactly what we wanted. Above and beyond the fact that we wanted to make an appeal to Pharrell Williams, but also artists within the cultural space to really hit the call for a cultural boycott of Israel. We really wanted to come together as various organizations from the Palestine Solidarity Movement in South Africa, and we had over 30 organizations endorsing this particular event, and that's exactly what we wanted, from different political backgrounds, from different religious backgrounds as well. And it's something that's quite unheard and seen in South Africa. So we're quite excited about the turnout and the kind of mood that characterized this particular event this evening.
What was your aim at coming to the venue itself and protesting at the venue? What was that aim, and do you think you achieved that aim?
I think one other thing is that on July 9th this year, the BDS movement sort of ushered in the second decade of BDS and marked 10 years since the BDS call was issued in 2005 in Ramallah in Palestine. So part of the business of today here was to really take a stock. So it's a stock counting of what the global BDS movement has managed to do, but also the Palestine Solidarity Movement in South Africa. For example, last year we had a record-breaking march here in Cape Town during the attacks on Gaza, and that also deserves really to be celebrated insofar as the Palestine Solidarity Movement in South Africa is concerned, but also to elevate the discussion around Palestine solidarity in South Africa, but also to revive the global citizens' call for a boycott, divestment and sanctions campaign in this country.
Do you think you reached that aim here tonight by the number of people that was here? We saw a lot of young people here. Do you think they're sort of heeding that call that you're making?
Absolutely, and looking at the fact that South Africans themselves are the main beneficiaries really of an international solidarity gift, and to see young people coming out and sort of responding in the kind of way that young people, including myself, really responding that the way they did, for us really as the Palestine Solidarity Movement in South Africa, that makes us really proud to belong to that particular movement. And we hope really the bit that we do in South Africa, Palestinians really, it can give them hope and give them energy to resist the occupation in Palestine.
Now we've often seen BDS protest marches meandering through the city, handing over memorandums. This was really a different approach to what you've had before. Will we see more of these types of campaigns going forward?
Well, I definitely won't lie. This has been absolutely fun for myself in particular. And I think the organizing committee as well enjoyed themselves thoroughly in this kind of setup where you really had like a festival and carnival type style with performance and so on. And I think it's something that we would consider doing again. But of course, this year's Israeli Apartheid Week as well was characterized by sort of similar approaches in terms of how we send the message across around the issue of Palestine solidarity in South Africa.
And that was Kwara Kekana of BDS South Africa talking about what they thought of tonight's event. Of course, they feel it was a great success. They're saying especially young people came out and supported them and heeded the call to come protest outside the venue. And with that, it's back to you in the studio.
That was our reporter Mariska Botha joining us live from outside the Grand West Casino in Cape Town.